at the sky for clean energy, right? To the sun, to the wind. But what if one of the most about a kind of we're always looking up at the sky for clean energy, right? To the sun, to the wind. But what if one of the most powerful, most reliable sources has been right under our feet this whole time? Today we're talking about a kind of buried treasure, a form of clean energy that could totally reshape a nation's future.
So just think about this for a second. What if the symbols of our fossil fuel past, all those old, forgotten oil and gas wells, what if they weren't just relics? What if they were actually the key to unlocking a clean, renewable, and practically endless source of power? That's the big question we're diving into.
So, first things first, what even is geothermal energy? Well, it's pretty simple actually. It's the natural heat from the Earth's core. We're literally tapping into the planet's own furnace. And the best part? Unlike solar or wind, which kind of depend on the weather, this energy is always on, 24/7, 365. That's what they call reliable baseload power.
All right, so if this is so great, who's already using it? And more importantly, where is the biggest hidden potential just waiting to be found? Let's take a look.
Around the world, you've got your geothermal leaders, countries like the US, Iceland, Italy. They figured it out. But then you have Pakistan. And according to the research, it has these incredibly favorable subsurface conditions. All the right ingredients are there, but its potential is almost completely untouched. And it's this huge gap between what's possible and what's being done that makes this story so compelling.
So yeah, let's zoom in on Pakistan, because this isn't just some abstract idea. The data we're looking at points to a massive, very real opportunity. We're talking about a sleeping giant of clean energy that's just waiting for a wake-up call.
And this is where it gets really exciting. The source material points to one specific amazing number, over 600. That's the number of old, decommissioned oil and gas wells just sitting there in Pakistan's Indus Basin. This isn't just a random number, it's a pre-built highway to a new energy future.
And that brings us to the absolute heart of this whole thing, the 600 well opportunity. This is such a unique situation because it could let Pakistan basically skip some of the biggest hurdles that usually come with developing geothermal energy.
Here's why this is such a game changer. The hardest, most expensive, and riskiest part of any geothermal project is the drilling. You have to drill deep into the earth. But with these 600-plus wells, the holes are already there. By retrofitting them, Pakistan can completely bypass that massive first step. We're talking about saving years of work in millions upon millions of dollars. It's a massive shortcut.
And look, the numbers back it up. The data shows a really strong geothermal gradient. That's just a fancy way of saying it gets hot fast as you go down. But the real magic number is this one. Wellhead temperatures can get up to 180 degrees Celsius. So why does that matter? Simple. That is plenty hot enough to flash water into steam and spin a turbine to generate electricity. It's the perfect temperature for power generation.
Okay, so the heat's there, the wells are there, but what about the tech to actually pull this off? Well, the good news is this isn't science fiction. The tools we need are proven, they exist, and they're ready to be put to work right now. You've basically got a couple of main options. For those really high temperatures in the Indus Basin, flash steam systems are perfect. They just use that intense underground heat to instantly turn water into steam. For other wells that might not be quite as hot, you've got these super adaptable binary cycle systems. The main takeaway here is that these aren't some new, untested ideas. They are the workhorses of the geothermal industry all over the world.
So we've got the potential, we've got the pathway, and we've got the technology. The final piece of this puzzle is actually making it happen. So how do we unlock this incredible future?
Well, the research lays out a pretty clear roadmap. It's not magic, it's a plan. You need strategic investment to get the projects going. You need supportive government policies to smooth the way. You have to smartly apply these technologies we just talked about. And finally, you need to update the geothermal maps to find the absolute best spots to start.
And if all those pieces come together, the payoff could be absolutely massive. The study puts it perfectly. Pakistan could diversify its energy mix, seriously improve its energy security, and become a real player in the global move toward clean energy. The upside here is just enormous.
Which really just leaves us with one final, pretty amazing thought to chew on. For a nation searching for clean, reliable power, could the answer not be some brand new invention, but something that's been right there all along, just waiting under the surface? Maybe the key to the future is literally already buried in the ground.